In love with my coworker. TL. Doctor, I've been in love with my colleague for years. I'm very anxious right now. I am 53, need lots of advice. I'm in love with a colleague and I don't want to duck it up. She's fantastic. Classy. Extremely intelligent and overall, she's a good person. I think I'm developing an obsessive situation. I know people think I'm an ogre and that I'm an asshole. I've had a long career based on strength of character and discipline with pulling no punches added in the mix. I'm successful, but my hangouts are what some may call old man stuff. For example, I go to drink with friends or go spend some time in the countryside. I don't know how to dance. My life has been my career, my children and my goals. I'm divorced. Clara F45 is my colleague. That woman went from being a stranger to becoming quite respected in her career. She has a very soft side and I admire that. We've been working in the same office since a client opened a temporary facility for this specific assignment. Clara and I are typically in the same space at least 4 hours a day. We also work from our own respective offices. I find her beautiful. I love her voice. I love that she talks to everyone regardless of their job position. I love that she's friends with a janitor and she doesn't hide it. I've developed strong feelings for her and I want to be submissive. I want to love and protect her, but I want her to do whatever she wants with me, and I've never had such ideas. I ducking hate it when she calls me sir at work. It makes me feel excluded. Also, she's very cordial and professional around me, and I do the same. For the record, she won't gain any type of professional benefit from having my attention. We have this client in common, but her success doesn't depend on me. We went to one of our work conferences and I saw her fooling around with the other ladies after the event. They were talking and laughing, and Clara seemed to be having a great time. I stayed on my table just to look at her. I don't know why I'm getting like this. It's been 2 years since I met her, and I can't get over this. I've done stuff for her, even if she doesn't know it was me. She used to date one of my managers when they were in their 20s. No problem. They were reunited 10 years ago and it ended badly. She confided in my client's assistant who told me I asked that he was abusive and has some kind of a pattern. I wouldn't have done anything if he hadn't spread the word that he slept with her, even if that was a decade ago. She doesn't speak to him. This is not hearsay. I heard him loud and clear when he bragged about treating her like shit during the company Christmas party. I wanted to punch him, but that would get me into a ducking mess. I had him fired after hours. Said he sent a horrible email from him and sent to a female co-worker stating that women always want sex. There's no such thing as saying no. Now I understand why he always tried to get close to her and why she always avoided him. By the way, I'm not Clara's boss. Our work group has a good dynamic. We get along and that's very important. So last 4th of July, I texted her that I'd just sent an email with data she requested. She texted back and we made small talk. She said she was at her beach house and I don't know how the conversation got there, but she invited me for coffee. I got there and when I realized it was only 6 AM, I panicked. I was sitting and waiting on her front porch and wondering if maybe I was mistaken. She came out and greeted me. I had coffee, but she offered breakfast, so we had our meal. Man, I was in heaven. We got to talking a lot, but I didn't want to overstay my welcome, so I thanked her and was about to leave when she said it was okay if I wanted to hang out. We mainly talked about our childhoods and some light-hearted stuff. I like her so much I don't know what to do. I stopped by last weekend. We've been seeing each other each Saturday since July. This time I got to spend the whole day with her. I know I must look like an idiot because I'm tense and insecure around her. This is not me. We enjoyed a nice dinner and everything was normal until the conversation turned silly and flirtatious. She sat on the sofa and straddled me fully clothed. I didn't know how to react, but she said it was okay to touch her. We ended up having amazing sex. Only that to me, it felt like lovemaking. I don't know what to do. I can't confess my feelings and look needy. But when I text her and she's not available, I can't help but feel something tight inside my chest. I never say anything but I miss her when I don't see her. I'm a grown ass man who is in charge of hundreds of people. Yet I feel like some kid who's in love with his kindergarten teacher. Our project ends in October. I'd love to develop this into something meaningful. I've never felt something like this for anybody, and I would like to earn a space in her life. I'm glad she initiated sex. I just want it to be more than just physical. I think she's very comfortable with me because she took a nap on my lap the other time. I know it sounds premature, but I cut ties with my past casual sex partners because I want this to start on the right foot. Any advice on how to develop a nice relationship with a witty, lovely and charismatic lady whom I've been admiring from afar? She is clearly into you. Tell her all the nice things you said about her here, that she's fantastic, classy, extremely intelligent and a great person. Tell her you have feelings for her and want to pursue a romantic relationship with her in addition to a physical one. Plan a date, have a place and daytime in mind and ask her out. Do not mention the stories about the janitor. It is extremely normal to be friendly with support and maintenance staff, and the ex are relevant for your goal and sounds like he should have been fired whether or not she was the one he was talking about. Do not tell her you love her. Right now you love the idea of her, and much of that is a fictional version your brain made up to fill in the gaps. Developing an emotional connection requires some vulnerability from your end, which seems like it's causing you some anxiety. So get some exercise. Do some deep breathing. Maybe talk to a therapist about how to relinquish some control in this situation. In the unlikely event she says no to pursuing a relationship with you, then you've got to be prepared to back off. But given that you are already basically dating, you have to shoot your shot. Open communication is the answer yet again. She spends every Saturday with you talking about her childhood and personal life. She's sleeping with you, cuddling with you, taking naps on you. Clearly she's interested. So it's time to have a conversation about how you want this relationship to progress. You say she's a good person will be open to having this conversation. As a side note, if multiple people think you're an asshole, you are an asshole, at least in a work setting. Stop confusing being the tough guy with professionalism, and maybe work on your biases. Why should anyone hide being friends with the janitor? Janitors are people, which you'd know if you ever talk to them. Also, going out for drinks and spending time in the countryside is not old man stuff. Those are pretty generic activities that people of all ages and genders do all the time. Dude, we enjoyed a nice dinner, and everything was normal until the conversation turned silly and flirtatious. She sat on the sofa and straddled me fully clothed. I didn't know how to react, but she said it was okay to touch her. We ended up having amazing sex. Only that to me, it felt like lovemaking. I don't know what to do. I can't confess my feelings and look needy. But when I text her and she's not available, I can't help but feel something tight inside my chest. I never say anything, but I miss her when I don't see her. I'm a grown ass man who is in charge of hundreds of people, yet I feel like some kid who's in love with his kindergarten teacher. This woman is straddling you and telling you you can touch her. Tell her you would like her to be your girlfriend. You don't need to do a major feelings dump, just say I really love being with you. Would you like to try being exclusive and seeing where that takes us? Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.